Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair.
Happy Sunday, and welcome to the third episode of It. Welcome to Derry. For those of you who were here last week and did not see an episode, it was because they had done the episode on Halloween night and we did it live as it aired. So, because I did the schedule lined up for me. So this is episode 3, and I was not on the air last night because I had retail reality to deal with last night. So, let's see. Let me see if my internet's gonna allow me. The only times I say no to doing it on Twitch is when the internet's acting up, which it has been acting up lately. Let me see what I can do. I'll wait till I get a co-host before I do all that. Yes, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff. All right, I have not seen the episode yet, too. That's another thing. So, way to stay on topic. Rumors about Comcast want to restart the. I wouldn't buy into any of that until you hear from the. When it comes to James Gunn or Zack Snyder or any of these guys, at this point, until you hear from them, pretty much dismiss everything else. Rumors are bullshit fuel. So I wouldn't follow any of these rumors anywhere until you actually hear it from them or somebody associated with them that we know. Otherwise, it's all I could put anything out. I could put any rumor you want out there, and it could gain traction. And now where we got it, so it doesn't take much talent to start a rumor. So I would just, Hunter, I would advise just to ignore all that stuff unless you hear it from the people involved themselves. All right, let me see how good the internet is. I got the episode queued up, but once again, Twitch takes when you're doing a Twitch stream like this, the internet needs to be top notch. And lately, I haven't had that luck. So let me see what I can do here. First off, I have to get off of Twitch to begin with. So remove. Also, it takes a lot of work. Takes a lot of steps to do this on Twitch. Nope, don't want to do that. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, we are live on both, so hopefully it works. Like I said, if the internet goes down, there won't be anything I can do to restore it because we're literally on a thread. Hello, my favorite glow in the dark Aussie. Hello, Clint, with the appropriate duck as usual. All right,
what's up?
what's going on here? All right, is everybody ready?
Tonight's episode is less gross and more horror.
Okay, that'll be a switch. All right, Aaron, in your best. Okay, cool.
Well, psychological in the sense that it's trying to eat every kid.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get started. Aaron, you ready?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. By the way, hold on, do that again because I need to let you guys know where I'm at.
Put your Twitch dick out.
Okay, so when we start, I'm at 152, and I've skipped. I'm at the static. And I will give you the Twitch link right now. Oops, I'm going to do that. There you go. All right, Aaron, go ahead and do it again. Where'd she go?
She ran off. She saw a red balloon or something.
Yeah, the captions are on. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. You all should be just getting past the HBO logo, the static. For those of you who will be watching later on.
Sorry, that was my nephew.
Oh, there's another. There's more Aussies in the house.
Yeah, I was
I want a family
keeping an eye
photo.
on
I want to
my
see the other. I want to see the other Aussies.
You want to see the mob?
Yeah, I want to see the Aussie mob.
Yeah, brother of an Aussie here, so I don't know if I can.
That your real family, not Brad's creepy.
A group of kangaroos in the mob.
Aaron, I see you didn't like Frankenstein.
Yeah, it was very slow. I understand why it's a Netflix movie rather than a theatrical base.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that was something.
It would have been better off if it was that slow. It would have been better off for it to be like a mini series.
Yeah, I mean that was one thing I remember thinking when I came out. That it's like a
Frankenstein versus It.
Yeah, well, that would be cool. But yeah, it's one thing I remember thinking when I saw it, thinking because my mind kind of immediately.
Hey guys, we'll do Frankenstein afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to give them the hint.
People who won't be watching live. Yeah, we'll have time after.
We'll probably also do Predator after because boy, do I have things to share on that. By the way, you be a fan?
The timestamp. Well, I got. Oh, Will, don't worry. Willen's going to tell you the one.
4:31.
I think it might be.
Okay. 4:31.
Or you could just go right to Twitch too.
Yeah. No, you just pull up HBO Max. Yeah, you heard what I was saying. So I'll also probably share my thoughts on Predator then, because boy, do I have them.
I just realised that Clint has the old school Pennywise
Yeah, he had,
clown stuff.
he had it last week too. He had a couple of them last week.
Do you got Tim Curry by any chance?
It's a duck.
Well, I'm sure Pennywise could turn into a duck.
Okay, this is already creepy, even if it's not gross.
God. Oh, it's probably gonna get there.
That's like the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang type car.
Among other things, yeah. Wow. I haven't heard of that movie in years.
This series, this episode's real good, and I'm like, God damn it, it's gonna suck me in like Alien Earth.
Then you're gonna be mad at the end.
Oh, let's not be pessimistic just yet. We got like 5 episodes after this?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so listen, people, I always tell you, stay out of the woods. What have I told you? Every horror movie we watch, everything we watch, keep staying alive, staying out of the woods.
And plus, it's a native girl telling the guy to stay out there. You should listen to her. Like she knows the place much better than you.
Yeah. If the person running with you stops running, you need to turn around. It's the
I
dude
know.
from the Unforgiven video.
I was out in the forest enjoying a camp. The goddamn squirrel stole all my cookies, looked at me and said, "Ha, I can move faster than you," and ran off with me.
At least they weren't evil squirrels.
He was an evil squirrel. I wanted more cookies.
Uh, Never good when they start walking on all fours.
Oh, oh yeah. Well, if it's on all fours, why are you
Gross.
calling under? Boy,
That was
you're an
creepy
idiot.
effect.
Why aren't you trying to fight it? Oh,
So far, we're 0 for 3 for not having fucked up beginnings. And by the way, this theme, the intro to this little song, this is creepy too. And it
Oh,
gets
it's
creepier
the
with each
worst.
episode because you know
Yeah,
it lines up with
this
what's
intro
going on.
song.
Yeah. Look what's going on in this. This peaceful song and these people are being tortured. And
It reminds me of the haunted mansion at Disneyland when the elevator goes down, you see a normal picture, but then it becomes abnormal.
yeah, I remember that. this is this show is sick.
If this song was just playing out of context of the show, you'd think, oh, it's a little jingle.
Yeah, when the backdrop of the awful images.
You know what the little girl reminds you of? Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, she does resemble her. I wouldn't take shit from that guy. Oh, cigarettes. Never mind. Death sticks.
Come. That cop is clearly a racist. You
Some of these kids, I wouldn't mind if they got eaten. Badass.
There's an inordinate amount of lipstick, paint, whatever you want to call it, on that locker.
Yeah, it was those bimbo girls that did it.
Feed them to that
Yeah.
old monster, man.
Yeah, good quality alcohol will get that off, but the problem is you can possibly tear off the paint off the lockers. So
Damn, look at that camera.
You know who Halloran is, William?
The black guy, right?
Yeah, the black guy. But what else is he in?
Well, he was in Shining.
Yeah.
the Stephen King cinematic universe.
Yeah, he's always done that.
Yeah, and send you up to Shawshank.
Yeah, Shawshank.
Wait, Shawshank was Stephen King?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a short story by Stephen King.
Shit, they were only just finding this out now.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
what the Sci-Fi Center presents us for, Ozzy.
And Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's dad.
And Soldier is a Blade Runner spinoff, per the writer of Soldier and Blade Runner.
Everybody of you watching right now, please like, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, bring on over to the Sci-Fi Center YouTube page.
Oh. So that will be the actual army, not the Air Force, in a situation like that.
I don't know if the Army had Chinooks or not.
Say that again.
The question was, is this Army or Air Force? Because they're
This is Air Force.
No. I said in a situation like that, it will be the army.
A situation like this?
Yeah, like in a bad area.
It could be the Air Force. It could be the Air Force. Especially this era of the Air Force, who wouldn't even allow the Army near it because they wanted all the.
So it wasn't like hasn't been historic. It's more like in the modern era.
No, this is a little bit different back then. You didn't have joint operations and stuff like that. slingshot.
Oh, don't. Oh, the slingshot that the little boy had.
Yep.
My question is, did they have Chinooks way back then?
Did they have what?
Chinooks.
Yeah, Chinook came out in 1959, if I can recall. Matter of fact, I think even earlier than that. (1962). So this is the first year that they would have seen it. They are. They were.
Oh, she's
Once
going to
again,
go.
guys,
Oh,
time to get the hell out of Derry. Respect this place. Too
Warren.
bad we didn't have the internet, or this shit would have been over. Ooh, what's going on there? I don't think we're gonna move there, honey.
It's Galactus.
Oh, they all float down there.
What the hell? It's like huge stuffed toys. Oh, is that like a? Oh my god, floating bodies.
Not very good CGI for the Chinook, but whatever.
I actually was kind of impressed myself, but I got low standards when it comes to CGI. It's like, hey,
It told the story perfectly well.
yeah.
I tell you, Stephen King was brilliant when he named the monster It. I've watched a lot of horror and a lot of horror shows. This show does a great job of amping up the intensity and then bringing it back down and keeping you just right in the middle, just right on edge.
that is a pretty accurate description of conversations I had when I was a child.
Huh.
Yeah, good question. Why did you agree? Oh, okay, got it.
You got that big reveal there.
Yeah, and I'm a bonehead, so I'm pretty sure you guys probably got it sooner than me, but Clint, did I catch it when I should have caught it?
Oh,
And that's the slingshot. That's how I get okay. My thick skull is letting information in. I'm so proud of myself.
And that's why they're digging in the thing. That
He knows. Okay, gotcha. 88, if you're watching right now, I put the link to our YouTube page in the conversation on Twitter. Love the fact that you're watching on X. But, come on over to the mothership, and you don't have to stay outside in the rain. You can come on in. Yeah, that's
I'm afraid to get into it because their like heads might explode or some shit. But I know they're alive, so
Since when have you been afraid of a head exploding?
no, I'm not afraid of it, the art of it. But it's like some of these shows get you going, and then bam, you know. These are some unsupervised kids, by the way. What the fuck? Even in the '80s, we had to like phone people where we were at. It, Santeria.
I remember those type of paints when I was a kid, but it was like made out of styrofoam, and you had to put it together yourself.
Where you hook up the rubber band and you twist it and twist it and twist it forever to get so they'd have a propeller for like 3 seconds.
Yeah,
I guess the shining works on it.
Well, that makes sense though, then, because the way he connected all these. And I guess like I said, I told you my theory when it came to Pennywise and Mordred and all the things connected to the Crimson King, because each one of them were an aspect. Don't waste all the film, dude.
Oh, I just caught something.
What?
He went he almost forgot about his own kid. Because when he goes, your kid, and he's like, Will?
Like I said, where are the parents at here? Well, I know where her parents are. The grandmother's probably. She don't care.
My only babysitter was the street light.
Yeah, see, we
You
got
had
we as long as we were in the neighborhood, we were all right, but they didn't want we had to be able to, especially in the 80s when atoms started happening and people started getting snatched up. It kind of changed overnight.
you had to be in before the street lights came on.
Oh, gotcha.
In my era, we were
So-
learning about stranger danger.
Well, see, you got more to worry about though there because it's not just people snatching you up; it's marsupials. This episode's blowing by, and it's not even the most action-packed episode.
I want some mud cake too.
I don't even what is that? I've never what. I guess it's
I don't know
chocolate.
exactly is it, but it's chocolate, and then chocolate sounds really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not hanging out in the graveyard in daylight. I damn
In the
sure ain't
real
doing it at
world,
night.
graveyards are perfect places to hang out. Everybody's dead.
Till it starts raining like radioactive rain, and they all come out and start coming after you.
Then we got bigger problems. Zombies aren't real, William.
Hey,
Oh,
Basically called her crazy.
Dude, you should have went to the bathroom before you went out.
Shouldn't have went out. At 106, like, subscribe, hit the alert bell.
Oh, hell no. They didn't. Oh,
Dude, how big is this graveyard? Damn.
Cemetery is the size of the runway at the end of Fast and Furious 6.
Well, you saw it getting bigger and bigger
Oh yeah, now
because of it.
it'd be as big as they need.
oh, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. You should have strapped it to your hand. Reminds me of one of the ghosts in Harry Potter.
Dude, they keep dropping this damn camera.
Reminds me of the glove in Endgame.
Oh, the goblet.
Keep it in your pocket. Keep it in your pocket. Oh, he crashed into a mausoleum.
Somebody grab that damn camera. Put it in your pocket.
No. Get up. What are you doing? No, something better not happen to Will. Don't go in there. Go out. Go on your
Oh,
bike
man.
and go. What are you doing?
What did I tell you about black folks?
What are you
in
Aaron-
doing?
Aaron-
Don't go
You
inside the
go
bloody
the other way.
mausoleum.
Aaron's like at the movie theater, like you're telling them, don't go in there. The killer's in there.
I know.
Don't go in there. Can't you hear the music?
Oh shit.
Better out that damn camera.
Come on.
Better out that fucking camera, dude. Okay, you can hug when y'all get home. Get
Not
on
at
those
the
bikes.
entrance of the lair, huh?
Yeah, we gotta go. We keep riding until I can't see them cemeteries. These, ooh, what are they doing? Oh, they're gonna develop film. What okay, this is a little bit far-fetched, but okay, fine. Miners messing with chemicals. Is that easy to develop pictures?
Sort of. They have to like. They're cutting a lot of steps out for story's sake.
Or have you developed stuff before?
Closest I've done is shake the Polaroid when I was a kid. That's about it.
No, I've never developed, but I've seen it done. They take the film out of the camera and superimpose it on the photosensitive paper, and then use the chemicals to set the ink and everything like that. It's a process.
Okay.
The fact that they know how to do it is kind of cool.
Today, now we'd say, "Where'd you get that AI picture?"
Yeah, I know.
Huh. Oh,
This picture gonna pop out of the fucking thing. There he is.
oh shit.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna skip to the.
That was a really haunted cemetery there.
I'll give my opinion.
Wasn't
I'm
that
gonna
a
watch
really
the-
good episode?
All right, here we go. All right, I'm watching next week's previews real quick.
It gave you a cliffhanger, but answered a lot of questions.
Okay. Everything about this fucking show is creepy. Even the preview, they're using the duck and cover in the background for no other reason, just to freak me out. That was a really good episode. It lacked everything else, all the vomit worthy stuff that was in the previous two, but it's
Yeah, we
still
didn't get that like horrifying like
no demon babies, no
face in a jar kind of thing. But
yeah, that
So I
was
was pretty accurate in saying it wasn't as gross, but just as scary.
it's very, like I said, that tension is always there. It never leaves, even when there's nothing going on that should be tense. It's like it's a layered effect. And there was a lot more story building in this particular episode than there was The first 2 episodes I feel were introductory. They were introducing the elements that they would need to manipulate around in this episode. This episode they got right to the manipulation. They got right to the reveal. They got right to, okay, why is James Remar's character, the general, there? I mean, he's there now. You know who he is, you know what he is, and you know it gives you context of when he's talking to those kids. He knows they're not bullshit because it's why he's there.
And you know why the military's there, why they're going after it.
Yeah. And then it gives you more context. And now, if you know The Shining, if you bored yourself to tears like I did, and you watch The Shining, obviously you know that one character. But a lot of you don't have to, though. That's the thing about this, though, is yes, that character is relevant, but you don't need to. You don't need to have watched The Shining for that character to have relevance for you, because they're giving you everything you need from him to make him relevant for the here and now. Let's see. It sounded straight. It feels like. Oh yeah. But yeah, that was this show to me so far. It's each week leaves me wanting more of it. I get the feeling when I get the same feeling watching this when I watch previews and trailers for Weapons, except I don't feel like I'm going to be let down here like I was on Weapons. The whole mystery, they're not really blowing the mystery right now. We know what they're hunting for. We know exactly what they're hunting for, but yet there's still intrigue there. There's still mystery there because we've never been given the whole world of what Pennywise comes from. We just know that it's been around for a long, long time. And now watching this show, we know that it's been around even hundreds of years before we even thought. So I thought this was a great episode. I mean, I thought it's been consistent with the other two, and this is a HBO Sunday night standard. Brad, what did you think of the episode?
Yeah, really, really good. Really, again, other than maybe it's hard to say it like without giving the big moments of revulsion we've gotten in the first two. It still managed to be like really, really creepy, really enthralling, and really, really building out the mythos a lot. The again, like even even the CGI is like I don't find CGI usually very scary, but this show and these the two movies that preceded found a way to actually make relatively like scary CGI monsters. So yeah, overall pretty good. Really, really on board with the show so far.
Ozzy?
I found it very suspenseful. It had a bit of a thriller aspect to it. Even though there was some aspects that was pretty more towards more of a dialogue, but there was quite an action-packed scene with the kids.
Yeah, there was some fast moving. It starts to be like the bike race. I'm like, when they're the bike race, when they're trying to escape the cemetery with that was intense because I was like, you know what? And what they did in episode 1 by killing those kids kind of gives you pause that they could do it again. So no one's really safe, even though they're kids. You're like, oh, they're not going to harm the kids. No, they fucked that up already in episode 1. So they got you on edge. You're like, are they going to snatch one of these kids and tear them apart? I thought it was going to be Will. I'm like, God damn it.
What I like is, oh, sorry.
No, I was finished.
Oh, okay. What I like about it is that there's always been people that were fighting it. Or Pennywise. There wasn't, a time where people didn't fight him. They just never knew how to get him, and finally, if you watch the movies, you know what happens.
Yeah. So,
by the way, Aaron mentioning thriller, it's like this thought just jumps in my head. Like, imagine this probably fit in more with like the first movie of these two, but like imagine like Pennywise like taking on the likeness of like zombie Michael Jackson in Thriller, and like how much he would like really just he would like that on steroids. Like I could still do that.
Where do you get this shit from?
But that's a classic Stephen King thing. There's always a good guy to the bad guy, or a good group to the bad group.
Yep. Yeah, he loves those groups. All right. Well, hey, this is the portion of the show that is no longer it. Since we do not have a Sunday night, we can wrap up because we have this show. The last couple of minutes of the show, we'll go and address other things. And I didn't have a show last night. I tried to get through Frankenstein. It's not bad. It's just really fucking long. And it's really
and
long.
that, yeah, and I kind of, my mind, like when I first saw it, I kind of went the most immediate comparison I was making was the De Niro and Kenneth Branagh one from '94, and like I mean this one definitely doesn't move a mile a minute. It's that.
Oh no, minutes are not what I was thinking more in millennia.
It's like the bloody scenic route of a bloody train.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at the time, waiting for it to go into the destination, and it's not there. It's nowhere close.
Yeah, but first of all, by the way, guys, I have to correct my host. It's actually Frankenstein talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Just correct with it.
Oh.
Sure.
But
what
are the I'm kind of curious your thoughts, Sue, when I said like the monster, like when he's first created, like when he first comes to life. Like the comparison I made is like, the design looked a lot like the engineers in Prometheus.
Yeah, you and a whole bunch of people have made that, and I see it. I see it.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Oh my god, am I watching bloody Prometheus?
Yeah, there's no crossover, so we're not gonna. Yeah, I don't doubt that if I can make it through this movie, that it's gonna be some quality shit. But man, I just couldn't do it. Maybe
how far are you
into it? I got about 48 minutes into it, and
so you got because it's the way it's set up for those of you who haven't seen it. So it's basically the first half. The first half is basically Victor's perspective, and the second half is the creature's perspective.
Yeah, so I'm basically on Oscar Isaac's point of view character, and it ain't moving really fast, guys. If you like these, if you get enthralled with that kind of scenery and the setting, it's not going to be that slow for you. But for some reason, maybe because I was tired, I'm going to give it another shot, and I may just start over again. But man, it's a tough watch.
I have an old colleague from when I was at Screen Rant. She's a really, really big Del Toro fan. I saw her thoughts on it. She didn't like it, which was really surprising to me because I thought between Del Toro and her love of the book, she'd really dig this. But she said, wasn't into it, wasn't feeling it.
I like Del Toro too, but he's not 100% for me. Like I said, for every shape of water, there's a Pacific Rim. It's not like he's
well for me, those are the total inverse. So like, what's the good and the bad of that?
Because the Pacific Rim is just watching bad Godzilla. But Shape of Water is a classic. I mean, Hellboy those are classic. He's done more good. Yeah. I'm like I said, it's like me holding Thelma and Louise and House of Gucci against Ridley Scott when he's done so much great work. I mean, Del Toro's done enough great. I just don't have to watch Pacific Rim again. It's just easy for me not to watch that movie again because it's really not watchable for me.
I think there's a couple of other Frankenstein movies coming out soon.
We get The Bride coming out real soon.
We've got The Bride, and we've got another one coming out. So I wonder what they're going to be like.
They'll probably all be different because Del Toro has a different style. He's got a different. I've never watched a Del Toro movie that was this hard to slide into. This one's tough. All his movies I was in, like that. This movie's different. This is the most different of his movies. And I'll probably have a different opinion after it's over, after I get through the swamp that is this movie.
Well,
it's the most of his movies. I'll give you.
Well, that. Like how, because I'm thinking like I haven't watched it since I saw it, but I haven't pulled up on Netflix yet. But I did see it in the theater. I'm really
that I could not have done. I couldn't have done that. Wow.
I'll be getting my thoughts on this in just a moment here, because boy. But anyway, back to Frankenstein real quick. I'm really interested, like what kind of the consensus is on this is a new thing that Del Toro adds into is the monster when he's brought. Not only is he like a reanimated corpse, but he's basically immortal. It's like he gets shot, he gets hurt, he gets blown up, but he just heals. So that's a new angle that they kind of add into it. I'm still not quite sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I don't
I'm
think.
not
I don't
big
think.
into Frankenstein movies, so I'm
I
like,
don't. I don't think it's at the section that you got up to. Yeah, I don't think they've really gotten into it that much with it yet.
yeah, see, I haven't seen. Well, I've seen them, but I've never been to the point where I'm like, well, it's got to be like Boris Karloff. But this was like a different movie. But I'll probably give a different review. I'm trying to watch it so that I could review it for last night show, but I didn't end up having the last night show because I just had so much shit to do. But yeah, like I said, not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just really hard to and if I was in the theater, I would have been like, ah, shit. I would have forced myself to stay because I paid. But at the same time, that would have really just taken all the wind out of my day. But I'm pretty sure it will pick up. I'm hoping it picks up. What's the total length of that movie? It feels like I have like a week left to watch.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours. Yeah. So
That's the
it's,
longest
hours.
48 minutes I've ever had.
Yeah.
You're not even like. Yeah, you're not even at the halfway
I couldn't
mark
do
yet.
it, dude.
No.
And it wasn't compelling me right now. Maybe because it was more me. I just wasn't compelled to keep going. I'm like, I got to get out of this right now. This is just
That's why I think that
slowing
it
down my
would have
brain
been better
chemistry.
suited as like a mini series than anything.
Yeah,
Was there intermission? Was there an intermission
No.
in your theater?
No, there wasn't.
Oh, fuck that, man.
please don't know.
I might have to come back.
Well, especially like the way it's divided, where it's got like the again, like this is Victor's story, this is the monster story. So, and of course, this is the duck story. Yeah, I could have seen that them like doing that as like a Netflix 2-parter or a Netflix like mini series.
Give me an hour at a time because I wouldn't have made it through the first episode. Was the new Predator any better than sequels? Some of them.
You want to go ahead and dive into Predator now?
Sure,
Okay.
I did my review. You guys can go on the channel.
Well, pace wise, it's definitely the opposite of Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's one of the shorter movies.
Predator Badlands. I love this movie. This is to really put in perspective like how much I dug this. I've been saying so far this year, like my number one thus far in 2025 is Ballerina. It's the John Wick spinoff Ballerina. It's damn close between these two. It's like I can't. Whichever one, like I would say, I'm gonna probably think out of more. Like whichever one comes out on top, and like by the end of this year, it's by a hair. I mean, this is like, and you guys talked about it also on the Baka stream, and so like this is such a different Predator movie.
Yeah, not everybody. Listen, not every Predator fan is going to like it because they don't. Some people have chosen not to expand their lore beyond.
It's the good guy Predator movie, which
well, you just want to see somebody hunting.
Well, he's hunting. He's just not hunting humans, and that's also again like with the whole PG-13. It's like this is the most violent PG-13 you're ever going to see, and the only reason it's not R is because like everybody getting chopped up and slashed and skinned and spines.
Which is bullshit because guess what? His brother, I was relating to his brother. When you relate to something, it doesn't matter whether it's human. And when you see that happen to him, that's the same as it happened to a human. Once you make things relatable and on the human level and you start hacking them, then that rating's a fraud.
Which and just kind of give like a story layout real quick. So basically, so we spent the opening. We spent a little bit of time on their home world called Yautja Prime, and what it is, the main Predator deck. He's
which, by the way, that's not the real name of it. That's just the name that they gave us because the term Yautja is really been misused. Because it's
they even have
that species.
They have that code the opening the title card where they talk about it's like from the Yautja Codex. It kind of lays out their a little bit of their laws. But so he's by Yautja standards, he's kind of a smaller guy, but he's really eager to prove himself. Then his brother says, "Okay." And
hold on, let's put the spoiler tab up here before you fuck up the movie for everybody.
Well, I'm not getting to the end, right? I'm not even like 5 minutes into it.
Trying to avoid being bratted.
And by the way, Aaron, this was also this was filmed right next door to you. This is filmed in New Zealand, but you can definitely tell this the landscape is like definitely evoked like Lord of the Rings.
Remember, Aaron, you were going to swim from New Zealand to Australia that time.
But anyway, so the one thing they introduce is like the invisibility cloak the predators have. That's something you have to earn.
And the name Yautja.
Exactly. Yeah.
something
Which and that they go into that you'll see more about that as it gets closer to the end of the movie. But so his brother says, okay, you have to formally be inducted into our tribe. You have to, go on hunt, pick a prey, pick something that's your prey, and prove yourself to us. He says, well, I want to hunt this creature called the callus, which is on this planet. It's crazy planet called Genna,
Yeah.
which is it's basically full of things that just the planet just tries to eat you the moment you get there. And he says like my father thinks I'm the weakest. I have to kill the thing that's the strongest to prove my worth. But then his father shows up and says, no, he's
okay, now you're spoiling the movie.
I'm fine. So he's supposed to be executed, because for like
Cold, it would be the
yeah, cold is called. It's called cold. The cold weakness from within their tribe, and his brother saves him at the cost of his own life, and says, "Hey," he sends him on the ship. Says, "Get to this planet, get the thing you're after." So he gets there, and he ends up kind of joining forces with this Wayland Yutani cyborg Theo, who's also got her own sort of a mission to play. And the movie is them trying to find the callus and slay the callus. But there's also
let's stop there, because then we start getting into twists and stuff. There's a major
you got the spoiler alert thing on.
Yeah, but still, let's give people time. Not everybody has seen the movie yet, and we really don't need to spoil it to talk about it.
Well, enough people saw the movie this weekend to give it the biggest opening of the Predator franchise so far. So that's like that is. I was really glad to hear that, because this movie deserves to do very well.
Yeah, it is not okay. I have my ranking. It's not the best Predator movie, but it's up there. All right, I have my rankings. I've excluded AVP and Rec Room because they're absolute garbage. And I had the Predator on there at the bottom because technically it is a proper Predator movie. Even if, all right, so for me it's Predator, Predator 2, Prey, Predators, Killers, Badlands, and the Predator. The Predator really shouldn't be on that list, but technically it is. It's more of a Predator movie than AVP, technically. So it's
a worse movie than AVP by a long shot.
That the fact that I have Badlands where I do tells you everything you need to know about Killers, Predators, Prey, and Predator 2 and the OG. Those are all timers for me right now. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with Prey. I did my review. It's not going to be for every Predator fan, but at the same time, when we were on the Vodka stream, I commend them for doing what Star Wars is too afraid to do, which is expand the lore beyond the safe area. All Star Wars wants to do is age down and get new actors to play Skywalker or somebody in that general vicinity. Everything we've pretty much done for the most part has either been connected to the Skywalker family or in the time point of all that. I think they will not grow and they will not get the credibility and the confidence to do other things until they let that go and embrace the history. There's more to Star Wars. There should have been, and there should be more to Star Wars than just the Skywalkers. And that's what you saw here in Predators. It's more to the franchise than just, a predator coming down hunting humans. We have those movies. We have several of those movies. So I was glad to see him expand the lore and include all that stuff. All the stuff is still there. You still see, there's the asshole predators in there. There's one big asshole, and there's hunting going on, and there's violence going on. But it's
a lot of violence going on. It's not red-blooded violence.
Yeah, at some point, you're either going to stay riding your tricycle in the cul-de-sac over and over again, or you're going to branch out into different neighborhoods. And I applaud them, and I'm happy to see that enough people, especially with that budget, went and gave it a shot. Dan Trachtenberg took the risk. I mean, I'm glad that people gave his risk a shot.
And that's where, because I'll get it up right now, the budget was 105, which I admit going into this, I was a little bit, because the previous highest budget was The Predator. And of course that was, now that got, that got really elevated because they had to do a bunch of reshoots on it. But, aside from the fact that it ended up being a total shit sandwich, the budget on this kind of made me think, because Predator, it's like, it's popular, but it also has a little bit of a ceiling on commercial prospects. And this like it overshot, like, I mean, like everything that was projected for it. It's like it's I mean,
And
like
they
it was
kept the budget low, though. So that's the thing. It kept that budget within reach, so that you could have this type of success.
I mean, but so it overshot like it was projected to do like 35 million,
20
yeah,
million.
something like that domestic, and then like 60 million total, and did like 40 million domestic and 80 million total. So it overshot that by like 20 million. So it's starting off fantastic, from a
But you
commercial.
still have its haters. You still got its haters. I don't take Fourth seriously because he's basically trolling.
Well, but here it doesn't have like venomous haters though. It has, and you got people who say it's like, look, I'm a Predator guy in the sense that I want to see the Predator like hunting dudes in the jungle, and it's like,
It's like saying I want to see Luke fight Darth Vader forever, or Obi-Wan, fight Vader again and again and again. We have.
You know what I don't. You know what I don't like? People comparing the looks of the Predator. But
oh yes, I saw that. Yeah,
he's a teenager.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
he hasn't earned the term
fully
Yacha.
matured yet.
Yacha is not a species, by the way. It's not a species. It's a title.
And that's something that they actually address in the movie, where that's kind of a plot point, that he directly he's like can I go ahead and like talk a little bit about this, William?
Sure, because you're gonna fuck it up anyway.
Well, because Thea at a couple points, like as they sort of progress on their mission, she refers to him as Deck of the Yautja, and he says not yet, which is like that's telling us like he's like, I haven't earned this yet. It's like I don't. It's like I this may be my species, but this isn't my.
And we don't even know the species names, by the way. They were getting this information from Weyland-Yutani based on what they know. They're still studying things because they keep calling him the Yautja. He's apparently not. It's like calling a Marine. A Marine is not a Marine until he finishes his boot camp. Until that moment, he's a recruit.
And then again, there's so many different things that this does from other Predators. Like it only shows like the infrared vision once at the beginning, and for that matter, he only has the mask on. Like right there at the beginning sequence. It's like that was something that was really different. That we don't see like it's weird saying this is the first movie seen through the Predator's eyes, yet we don't actually see it through his eyes. So that's a big switch up. Again, like
because he didn't need the mask to see like proper. But he's also telling you in this movie that just because you've seen certain things, and there's no such things as inconsistencies when it comes to this species, because we don't know shit about this species. We only know what we've seen in scattered movies across centuries now, if you look at it. So everything you see in a Predator movie is true, but it's not everything that you should know. I mean, like I said, we don't know the species name. We don't know what they call themselves. We know what Weyland-Yutani classifies them as, but
we haven't even seen a female Predator yet, technically. Although we might.
Well, yeah.
They're Rasta lizards,
and they're supposed to be worse than the males, from what I read. They're actually the standard holders.
Which
so Badlands is a teenager with attitude.
I wouldn't call him a teenager, but he's not as old. These things live a long time.
Yeah,
and you could tell by those the dreads, for lack of a better word, you can tell. That's how you tell how experienced or how old.
Like his father has the white dreads.
Well, he has the white dreads and they're long. They're all the way down his back.
Yeah.
So you can tell he's been hunting for a long time. He's got trophies hanging off him. If you look at the Predators that you see in the original movie, they're medium length, but they're not long. He's got some experience, but they also do things differently. Different tribes do things differently than other. They seem to be a feudalistic tribal, society to where, their technology is probably not going to be the same from one because how they acquire it. If they acquire it and build it as tribes, then one tribe might not be the same as other. They may not necessarily share it. So, but he created that space for that to be possible, though, and that's the most important thing a franchise to do, is create space for its IP to grow, which is what Star Trek finally ended up having to do, and Star Wars is going to need to do. To be honest with you.
And the interesting thing too, also, is that I mean, this is by way of like the Weyland-Yutani element of it, this is somewhat of an Alien crossover. But it handles that in a what's the word I'd use for it? It's like compartmentalized way, maybe is like the way.
Well, that's why you have to not. That's why I can't call it an Alien crossover, because there are no xenomorphs in the movie. And that's not a spoiler. That they let you
It's
know.
like a
Weyland-Yutani
crossover
isn't
adjacent.
alien.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Like a crossover adjacent.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even say that. It's Weyland-Yutani is not. If you go to pay to see an alien movie, you're not paying to see Weyland-Yutani. You're paying to see those monsters.
Fair enough.
So I don't consider it a cross, and it's important that it's not, because he has to fit these elements where and when they fit in. If they try, which is what they did not do with AVP, neither one of those movies.
Would you say at least it's like an alien Easter egg?
No, because we may never see the
No?
xenomorphs. We could, because I know that's where he wants to go, but we never need to see them. See, in Weyland-Yutani is a byproduct of the Alien franchise. Here, they didn't need the aliens to be part of this story. So they're a component that does not necessarily need any of the things that happen in the Alien movies. When he gets around to it, I hope he handles it.
Well, and to me, he's spoken openly about not just him, but also
there's no alien world, though. That's what I mean. It's
And also, one thing I'm kind of curious about too is like, well, when do you think this is? Because this definitely is set in the future, but this seems my reading of it is this seems to be a little bit further in the future than the Alien movies take place.
No, it's the latest. Well, it would be the latest installment. I don't know where it lines up with the Alien movies, because right now we don't have anything to base that crossover of just the androids, just Weyland, because we obviously know that what happens, that killer of killers happens before this. Obviously, there's an obvious reason why you know that. So
Weyland-Yutani is all the way through Alien. It's one of the central characters of the movie.
But it's a byproduct of Alien, though. It is not the subject of the movie.
And that's what I mean.
Yes, it is, because it's Weyland-Yutani is the reason they went to the planet. It's the reason.
The reason is not the subject.
What?
The reason is not the subject of the movie. The
like
subject of the movie is xenomorph.
The subject is corporations is bad.
That's a hazy way of putting it, but without the alien, the movie's pointless.
Well, the alien is just a representation of how bad the corporation is, because the corporation's trying to get it.
But they named the movie Alien.
What's the motivation of the movie?
Well, I mean, from Deck's perspective, he's got to complete this hunt to his initiation ritual, and also he's on a revenge mission for to honor his brother and get back at for his brother's death. There's Weyland-Yutani. You want me to go into that, William?
The more I try to have you show restraint, you're like a guy with a match.
Is like a B plot. Would you say a B plot?
No, the thing about Weyland-Yutani in this movie is the way it's posed in this movie is different than Alien. The Predator is the topic. It's what you are there to see.
I'll put it this way.
That's the main train.
And I'm not complicating it, but it's got to be done right, though. We've already seen when it's been done wrong.
And the driver is the Predator,
which is why the title of the movie, by the way,
I'll put
both of these movies.
While the Yutani is like a passenger of the train rather than the pilot.
I'll put it this way. It's like Weyland-Yutani, like in the Alien franchise, like what's their goal is they want to get a xenomorph specimen. So you put them on a planet full of nothing but aliens, and one of them's a Yautja. You do the math.
Yeah, but that's writing his story for him. That's what I don't want to happen. See. If any fucking bonehead can just throw that together, then I'm not going to pay to see that. That's what I saw on AVP. That's what I saw on Rec Room. That's why those movies are trash.
I'm talking about that's what Weyland-Yutani's role in this movie is.
Yeah, but we didn't even know that going through the movie, though. We found that out.
So it's more of a more of a Predator, Alien Earth type crossover.
No, it's a Predator movie
No.
with a component from
Alien Earth.
the Alien franchise. That's
Okay.
it. Because the movie is driven, Alien is driven by the Xenomorph. You don't even know what Weyland Yutani is doing in the original Alien till more than 3/4 of the way through the movie, where Ash gives it up. Or the science of it. And the same thing here. You don't find out what they're really there for until midway through the movie. So they're not a primary component. They're a support. You know, the Predator is what the story is about. And as long as he takes certain steps to make it all make sense, then I'm okay with it.
And also another thing on the even with Weyland Yutani with their presence in this movie, there is not a single human in this movie. It's you got some Yautja, you got some Weyland Yutani synthetic humans, you got some other aliens, and that's it.
Yeah, and they don't even they focus. They know that you know enough about Weyland Yutani that they don't really focus on them in that aspect. Once they're there, they basically become fodder. They ain't on the screen very long. They basically become fodder because they're not the crux of the movie. I mean, obviously, these certain ones are going to be there because one of them is a co-star. But as far as Weyland Yutani, they basically where he is right now is he's basically setting the groundwork, which is something they did not do when they tried this before. If you're going to do this, which I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I trust this guy with it. I don't think he's going to bring in a Xenomorph just for the fuck of it. We don't even know his timetable because we still got to get through all these people that the Predators have kidnapped and find out, okay, how does this work now that certain people ain't going to be around? You know,
which that's another thing that's really interesting. You know, with Killer of Killers is the lead into this, and that's that I really was. I thought.
And by the way, this will lose me. This will lose me. As much as I'm enjoying this run,
the skull's right there, man.
Will lose me. This is some fanboy bullshit.
Yeah,
I hope he just did that as a gimmick.
Right. Was it the second movie?
It looked like it, but tell you what. Dan,
oh my God, that's
listen,
right.
I am loving what you're doing right now. Like a train on fire, I will hop off in a millisecond if you start doing the fanboy bullshit. That's why we are on the other side of the camera with our dollars crumpled up in our hands to pay for it, because we don't have that kind of talent. That's some stupid shit that we come up with. That's some stupid action figure shit that we just grab our toys and they look like each other and let's smash them together. You've shown us better. I hope that was just a glimpse. Please don't fuck this franchise up. We've seen what it's been through. That would be the absolute fucking dumbest thing you could do. Please don't. All right, go ahead. Eric.
Okay. Now, also real quick, as the only person on this panel who has actually spoken to Dan Trachtenberg, as you can see right here, when I interviewed him a couple of years ago for when Prey was coming out.
Do you want a cookie?
Nobody told you.
Jane Myers. She was a producer. Great dude. Dan, you got a blank check on this series.
No,
as far as I'm
no, you don't. He's still got to be careful. He continue to be careful with this. Don't fall for the bullshit, Dad. Don't look at what your predecessors did. Keep this where you have control over it.
Again,
give me Independence. Dude, the people who did Independence Day didn't know what the fuck to do with themselves. Leave that shit. Let them heal themselves first. Independence Day needs to heal themselves before they clutter up another universe. They cluttered their own universe.
You're 3 for 3, Dan. If you want to do this,
Predator,
I'm with you on that, man.
All right, listen. Once again, fanboys are best when we know where the fuck we need to be, and that's not in the creative.
And he is one of them.
Yeah, no, he is a creative.
He's one of them with a budget, clearly.
No. There's a difference between him and us. And I'm seeing that right now. All right, get that shit off the screen.
I'm putting it in the chat for you guys.
But yeah, that's no, don't.
Well,
that's
anyway,
my biggest. This is like a landmine. This is like a landmine. Yeah, everything is going great till you step on it, and then it's not. No. And if you're gonna do it, listen. If you're gonna add Wayland, you had a good reason. I cannot, for the life of me, imagine why the fuck you would do that thing. I can imagine why you did Wayland. I can imagine why you would do the Xenomorph somewhere down the line. Don't rush that either. For the what no. Everything he's done so far has been is carefully done, and it makes sense. When you saw Badlands, it wasn't forced. I mean, it was appropriate. Just because you got some G.I. Joe figures in your little cart somewhere and you got a Transformer here, don't mean they need to always go together. And that's going to be a disaster, by the way, when that happens. I don't think that movie's ever going to get made, but it'll be funny to see it.
What, G.I. Joe?
We can't make a good Transformer movie, and we can't make a G.I. Joe movie, so let's put them. It's like UPN and WB network. It's like, what the fuck? Nope. By the way, the next time I see Independence Day needs to be when Will Smith gets casted, and if Lord willing that they're all alive, they all come back and they erased that Jorek. So before we even think about, and this is how irresponsible we are as fans, before we even think about mudding and peeing in the pool by putting that in Predator, we need to fix that first. We still got a shitty sequel that left an empty pit in my stomach.
You fix it via Predator.
No. This is why they would change the locks if they heard your ideas. They'd be like, what the hell?
No, I have a feeling. As the only person who has actually spoken to Dan, I have a feeling.
He seemed smart every time I've seen people.
He was a real pleasure to talk to.
If Dan Trachtenberg, if you want to be the person that directs Independence Day 2, fuck Resurgence, just fucking call it 2. If you want to be the guy that does that, no, more power to you. I believe he has the.
That might even be like his way of like pitching it, or it's like, hey, it's like, let's tell you guys I want to do this too.
But use the same discipline that has allowed you to have the success in these last 3. Don't become a fanboy. Leave that to us. All right, because when us fans come up with stupid shit, no consequences. You push the X on the little thing and we go away. When creatives do stupid shit, it gets expensive. Please don't. You're going fine, Dan. This is a great movie. All 3 of your movies have been great. They've been measured. They've been like, okay, the whole Weyland-Yutani thing was not forced. Fanboys would force shit because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. He has taken a measured approach, and it's working.
Yeah, he did that with Independence Day, so it's like, keep it up. But anyway, going back now to the
Brad. Listen, guys, please don't break. Please, Brad's much smarter than this. He's not. He's playing a character right now. I think with this, this is not Brad. This is something else.
Going back to the Frozen people, I want to see. Oh, you're talking about. Okay, I must.
Yeah, because that's what we were told that was going to be the movie in Alien vs. Predator in Dark Horse Comics. Now, remember though, Rational, if you've read that, and by the way, everybody should. The buildup that they did a year-long buildup to that, and they spent a lot of time, kind of what Trachtenberg is doing right now, which was integration. There was a lot of integration, and they added a lot of lore to it, and then they did it. If he takes the same steps, that he's taking now, and that Dark Horse did back in 1989, 1990, I'm down for it. But at the same time, I don't want the Predator lore to corrupt what the story that they originally had planned for the engineers. So I kind of want to see that uncorrupted. But I if it's done right, I'm okay with it.
Well, the big thing I want to see now, of course, is the Frozen people and what like that. Because again, like
that's next.
Because Killer, and by the way, of course, when it first dropped, when we did the watch party, it was just
we didn't have that shit.
It was we had some of it. We had we didn't
have the last two.
We had spoiler warning. We just had Nadu from Prey, the Comanche warrior, and they added a little DLC at Comic-Con, and they added in Dutch and Mike Harrigan.
I wish we could film that shit in Comic-Con. I mean, people do. But
so the reaction was pretty awesome.
The reaction was because you instantly, and the way it was done, it's like you knew who it was. Nobody was going, "Who's that? Who's that?" No, they knew exactly who that was, and that was really that's when you know the animation.
Apparently, because there were questions like, "Well, why wasn't that not included when Killer was first on Hulu?" And apparently, I don't, and they're gonna like everybody's 50-50 on Grace Randolph, but I was watching one of her videos earlier. She said apparently the reason that was not included on the initial release was that they had deals or they had stuff they're working out with Arnold and Danny Glover that were not at the time when it was released, so they couldn't include that at the time.
By the way,
now they've got
there is no we're in talks to get Arnold. There is no we're in talks to get Danny Glover. When you in San Diego in July of this year, when you saw them up on that screen, them talks are over. They're coming, and that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, that is gonna be rad.
That is gonna be cool.
And that's where avoiding spoilers about the ending of this movie. It's like, but we talked about there is some connective tissue with Killer of Killers, mainly through one of the Predators in it. And so I'm kind of curious, like, what would you? Where do you think
somebody has to take over for him then?
Well, and somebody's. Okay, I'll walk
Actually,
back.
You're already fine. All right, I got the spoilers on here. I'm about to reveal some spoilers here because I can't have Brad on the screen and not get drawn into his.
Wait, first, sis, have you seen it yet?
Your sister's not on the screen. Aaron, have you seen Predator?
Yeah.
Badlands yet? Nope.
No, not
Oh.
yet.
Okay, so we're gonna fuck it up. All right. Well, let's just say there's another character that is introduced here that we'll probably be seeing again.
Mm-hmm.
And that is probably the person I believe who is higher than him.
Yeah.
Because women in that society are not treated like, they're hierarchy.
So we're probably getting a Predator with ovaries.
Yeah, that fucked it up. God damn.
Well, you said woman.
But,
yeah, you said woman. You said woman.
Sorry, Aaron.
Yeah,
I'm the bad habits, the Brad habits are coming off on me. It's like hypnosis or some shit.
Well, but what's interesting about that too is, this is it's an end credits scene, but kind of not. If that makes sense, and it'll make sense when you see it.
Yeah, because we didn't get an end credit scene in this one.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
I waited and I had to pee.
Real quick, also because you saw like the preview of Comic-Con, and I think I have a pretty good because it was like the first 20 minutes. And I think I was watching this. I have a pretty good idea where that preview did that end like right when the title card first came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, it's like that would be like a perfect stopping point for the preview they showed.
And they filmed it that way for that reason, so they could shop that shit around.
Yeah,
so seeing it with all the effects was kind of cool because that fight that they had in the cave at first was kind of hampered because of the amount of CGI that wasn't done by then. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoy where he's going. But let's not do this.
Here's when again in talks Arnold and Danny Glover, and Amber Mid-Thunder, she's already a given. Just her recent role in the franchise.
She almost copped it up in a fucking interview. I'm like, didn't you sign something? Damn.
Yeah, but I'm curious. So like, how do you think they could be like the human victors over prior predators? Like because I could almost see like how this movie plays out. I could see there being like maybe like a bit of like a predator human team up.
I could see it. I could see that too because of the pure fact that not every tribe is honorable, and they each have their own set of morals that don't necessarily line up with each other. So the predators that would give you the trophy if you defeated one of those are not these guys. They're not the killer guys. These guys, and there's probably a group of predators that are like, okay, this is bullshit. They won. They defeated our guy fair and square.
We accept defeat gracefully.
And we are honorable. You beat us up front. You don't go back and kidnap them. That's dishonorable. So I think that the people who are running the killers operation are dishonorable, and that the predators, there will be a predator that says this is not right, and that's who will help them.
That predator might be in this movie.
Might be, but it's probably a tribe. It's probably a tribe that just says what you guys are doing is dishonorable.
And that's really because that could almost set up like almost like a civil war within like the Yautja culture,
which is probably it's probably the norm. The Civil War is probably
Oh yeah, because you're talking about
is probably
you're talking about them being like a feudal society and a tribal society, and
so I'm thinking, like I said, he gave us everything we need. But like I said, the most important thing is he gave us more ground to work with. You're not in this box to where it's like, well, this didn't happen in an 87 movie and in the 1990. No, he's trying to tell you that there is so much more to this universe. The same thing like Ridley Scott was trying to tell you when he's Prometheus. It's this time we're listening now. We're actually open to this. We're not, but like I said, when it comes to Independence Day 4, first things first, guys. Let's make a good Independence Day sequel.
Well, how about this? And how about this? As far as like how he would like integrate the xenomorphs into it, it's like, see, here's where I kind of could almost see him going with this.
I'm not even looking forward to that.
This is where I kind of see with everything you're saying about like the dispute within the Yautja culture of like different tribes saying it's like they beat us, we let them have their victory, and others saying it's like we don't accept defeat, we bring them here, we throw them in the gladiatorial arena. Where I could almost see them going with that in the next one is the idea of like the predators that push back against that practice is I could see them. Also like the two factions or however many factions are, they end up in a conflict with each other, and then the one that's the more honorable tribe, it's like they free the frozen humans, and now the frozen humans are right alongside them.
Or there's other predators that they've kidnapped and said, okay, you're going to fight to the death. They probably aren't going to have their own people fight. They're probably going to kidnap predators from other tribes. That's how I'm speculating. But,
it's fun speculation because of how much he's put on the table for us.
Speculation. That's an audio.
Like I said, I'm not necessarily looking forward to seeing the Xenomorphs. Kind of burnt out of the Xenomorphs, to be honest with you. To be quite honest with you, the problem with the Xenomorph is it's become such a focal point of that world, and Ridley Scott has shown you and told you that there's much more to that world. But we're like the fourth grader being given a college prep book to read, and we just can't comprehend it right now because that's all they forced down our throat. That's all we know, and it's all we'll accept. And that's why, even though Prometheus was the most successful alien movie, people bitch and moan about it, and then we did. We took a step back and we forced the Xenomorph in there, even though I think that movie was fine. I had a problem with the Xenomorph because it was never supposed to be what the entire world revolves around. If you listen to Ridley Scott, there's a much larger, more complex, like a religious type of story being told there. And the Xenomorph was just the first thing you saw. It's not the only thing you saw. And I thought Prometheus, and to a certain extent, Romulus, showed you that we focused on this one tool of storytelling, and it's I don't want to get caught into the trap to where we can't comprehend anything outside of that tool. And I think that's what happened to Alien sometimes. Whereas with the Predator, it revolves around the Predator species, but different facets of the species, because they're not a wild animal-ish type of thing. There's different tribes. They're as diverse as predators as we are as humans. Yeah. And that helps. Whereas Alien, fucking Xenomorphs is doing the same shit.
So which out of the three that Trachtenberg has done, which one would you say is the one that kind of adds the most lore to it? Because I for me, it's kind of a toss up between this and Killer of Killers. Because Prey, I don't think it was
that's
much
where I'm gonna be. That's where I'm gonna be.
Killer Killers.
Yeah. Well, both. I think Killer of Killers shows you that there's a different mindset depending on which predators we're talking about. So yeah, because it gave you different. I mean, it gave you feudal Japan. It gave you different views in one movie. Prey helps because it gives you a 300, 400-year-old, but you get all kinds of shit in there. Killers.
Like between like this year, between Killers and Bad, there's been more world building in the Predator franchise in the last 6 months than there was in like the 20 years preceding it. Cinematically.
Well, and because you had to have the right guy to take the risk. and he had to be allowed to take the risk. Otherwise, we're just going to keep getting the same fucking Predator movies. This jungle, hunt. This city, hunt. I mean, yeah, to some extent, it's a good formula that works, but there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that. I mean, this is not a limited franchise to where, where Star Wars has become. I don't, and I'm glad that Trachtenberg says, and I'm glad he was rewarded with it, by the way. I'm glad that this movie didn't bomb or anything. I usually don't give a fuck about box office when it comes to quality, but this was different because he took a risk. And I'm glad it paid off because now other people can take risks.
On his tenure too, it's the first one where he's being tested cinematically. He's been the first one
because everything else has been on.
And by all, I mean, jury's still out on how well it's going to do overall. But I mean,
well, it's going to make its budget back, and then where it's going after that.
Yeah, so it's opening weekend alone. It's like it's off to the races.
It's like 80 million. It's 80 million. 80 million
again,
out of
like
100 million.
It overshot the estimate of what it was going to do by like 20 million. So it's.
And I don't know what comes out next week, and then you have the third week because it could be,
Running Man.
Ooh. By the way,
there may be some demographic overlap there.
I sent sending a bunch of people to that tomorrow. I will not be able to attend that.
But I think this is going to have legs. I think this is the word of mouth is going to be really strong on it. I think.
Well, Predator has bigger lore and longevity than the Running Man, so I think they'll both do well. I think Glenn Powell
and a bigger fandom too.
Yeah, it's a 40-year-old fandom.
And Running Man, Stephen King also, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
under Bachman, under his other drug alias.
And both of these both of these are like back-to-back weekends are like something Arnold connected being released theatrically.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. That's a real thin connection.
Well, but it's there. But
120 AWs here.
So now, as far as like Arnold and Danny being in thoughts, I mean, so do you see as far as when we see whatever role their characters are going to be in it, do you think it'll be animated or live action?
If it's live action, like I was saying on Film Junkie, it's going to have to be de-aged because they were taken at the time that they were much younger.
Again, bringing it back to Grace. She had this idea that in their little like cryo tubes there might have been like a leak, so like it causes them to age to where they look like now.
No, because you saw it. You literally saw them looking like they did when they were snatched.
Well, yeah,
but that's a youngish Danny Glover, and that is a very young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, yeah, but when you see them again, it might be like 20 years later. I mean, who knows when they got kidnapped and like how long they've been frozen?
We know because when you see them, you see exactly how old they are. So that's not. So it's either going to be a cartoon or they're going to have to de-age, which is not. That's fine. Whatever they need to do to tell a story, do it. I don't know whether that's something I don't know. Is it going to be a cartoon or is it going to be live action?
Yeah.
Either way, I'm going. So I mean,
that's another thing is like, are we going to get any clarity like how because the humans get beamed up and killers and they're dropped in the Coliseum and they're from like all different like periods of history so that there's we have no reference like how long they've been frozen like when they were abducted. So and of course. If we're putting them like in a present tense, like after Badlands, kind of Predator follow up.
Yeah, because we don't have any time references.
If it's I mean, seems like pretty likely that would be the case, but that would mean they've been frozen for like what 500 years at that point.
Some of them, because you figure I don't think the Predator or the Yautja that we thought was running shit. I don't think he was running shit, and I think Dex gonna have some problems.
Well, he's definitely gonna have some problems. So like
at least one problem because if he was working for her, and you just so you might see
a lot of family drama in this Predator movie.
You might, like you said, Dex may be like, you know what, I'm putting you in the gladiator arena. He might be one of the primary people you see in the next movie.
Yeah, I'm really I that's where I was like, do you think they like because obviously they clearly have plans where they want to go further, but they clearly have plans of whether they want to go further between the Killer Pillars. But, like, do you think they're gonna wait for like Comic-Con to announce that, or we can like hear that sooner time frame?
It's tough to say. I don't know where they're at in the process. I know they're a lot further in the process than most people think they are. Like I said, you're not in talks. You're not in talks with Danny Glover and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You done talked. The talks are over. It's out there.
Yeah,
I just need the announcement will probably be, and I think the biggest announcement will be what kind of format, because I can kind of feel it coming. It's just like, I mean, because you can use their likenesses and use their voice without paying them a whole bunch of money.
Well, and there's, I mean, there's no reason like to do them, like make them in, like mutually exclusive. I mean, you could still like do like a follow up to this in theaters, like have like something like Killer of Killers again on Hulu. I mean, you could keep like balance both sides very well.
Wherever it is, I'm gonna go see it.
I mean,
I'm not one of those guys that, like I said, I will constantly disqualify myself. If I get to see it on the big screen, great. If I don't, fuck Frankenstein. As good as I think that movie's going to end up being for me, I couldn't have done it, man.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, like, I mean, they could do something like similar like this, where it's like they have like an animated kind of anthology that's the lead into this, and like later in the year they have.
They could do like they did here, or the Animatrix did with the Matrix. I mean, there's a lot of ways, and the fact that they've done it each way leaves open a possibility. All right, guys, that's so you got a combination of Welcome to Derry episode 3, and then what would have been our last couple of shows, because I skipped Saturday and we didn't do a standard Sunday night show, but we got all the topics out there. There's nothing really I got left to say. Nothing happened this weekend. That was really
like one last. I mean, because we definitely are doing a watch party on this. Do you think it'll be on? You're probably gonna say yes. It'll be on digital by Christmas.
A watch party for what?
Prepare to Badlands.
Disney and Fox are a little bit different because they're not suffering for the money. They may. I would say yes because of Christmas. I would say yes.
And I'm not talking about
physical media. Physical media. That's a present. I want this DVD.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Yeah, because I'm not talking about Hulu specifically. I'm talking about like PVOD and that kind of thing.
I think so that they can push up the physical physical media, because that fucking thing is gonna look cool. It's gonna have
the mask
thing and the mask and So that's gonna sell like hotcakes. So. And it's a good movie.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like definitely very, very, very positive thoughts here at the Sci-Fi Center on Predator Badlands.
Disney does 90-day windows, but this close to Christmas, they, it's like I said, I want that DVD. I want that.
Plus they got Avatar coming up too, so it's like
that's another thing.
That's gonna be the real
screens.
So as far as like, I mean, December, that's gonna be the real cash cow for them. So.
Yeah, so they really don't. And I don't know if they're going to want to have. I don't know if they want to cannibalize their screen, because you want Avatar on every fucking IMAX you can get them in. So you might that fact in Christmas might you use your 90-day window. These are some special circumstances. Avatar, they're going to want Avatar to have every screen available. Avatar, because that's like, I don't think it's going to do 2 billion, but I think it's going to easily clear 1 billion. But with the times being different, and a lot of broke folks out there, they may be forced to opt in to Hulu or Disney Plus to see it. I hope that's not the case, because if you can't do what you want to do because of that kind of situation, it kind of wears on you. If you can't take your family out to have a good time because it's too expensive, it kind of wears on you. It's not good for your psyche. It's not good for your morale if you can't do that. Yeah. So I hope the situation gets better by that time, and people can go do what they want to do without having to settle for shit. So
save your money up and go watch Wicked for good.
Yeah. Aaron, by the way, that very weekend, something else I'm looking forward to for this is Sisu Road to Revenge, which for those of you who haven't seen,
what?
They had a trailer for it before this movie for Badlands. For those of you, it's basically Sisu. It's from I think.
Where did you go see this movie? I did not see that trailer.
No, there was a trailer for it before for my showing anyway. And the first one basically, and this is the following. The best way I can describe it is basically John Wick in World War II. So it definitely is right up my alley. So, and I really like the first one, so I'm looking forward to that. And that's
See what? See what?
I can pull the Wikipedia if you want me to.
No. If I gotta ask you what the hell it is, guess what, Brad?
You'd see the first one. It's got the 3Ds and then some. It's a dude.
There's a lot of movies that you.
It's a dude. It's a dude killing Nazis with a pickaxe. I mean, that's like the basically the cliff notes of it.
It sounds like fun, but where the fuck did this come from out of the tail end of the conversation? Okay,
Because the trailer we played before, and then it comes out the same weekend as Wicked. So
okay, listen, I'm gonna go on record
sis,
here.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
go
to-
out on a limb.
I'm gonna have
I
to
don't
disappoint
think
you a little
Wicked
bit.
has
That's probably
anything. Don't think.
That
Don't
air
do it.
horn leaves
No,
Brad
yeah.
speechless. It's the best.
no.
Don't you dare bring it up.
No,
Don't
the
you dare get
Wicked's
us
definitely gonna
demonetized for some shit I don't even know.
Wicked's definitely gonna take that weekend. But sis, sorry, I might be seeing Sisu first.
Okay. I don't
That's
know what's
alright.
creepier, this whole sister thing, or just Brad in general.
I
What's the
have a
creepiness of
sister,
the ride?
Brad. I have never in my life called her, "Hey, sis."
Yeah, I have a sister too. Brad has a sister, an actual sister.
Yeah, she's right here, or right
No,
here.
she's
However, my
somewhere
hands.
in. Don't you
Yeah.
live in Georgia with you? I mean, aren't you the nephew to her? I mean, yeah. I guess I actually feel she's watching.
Oh,
this
Megan.
show.
Yeah, I call her sis too.
Yeah, but there's a reason there. So
Yeah.
sure. All right. The Brad creepy level has reached its zenith, so it's telling us time to go. Everybody have a good night. 126 of you watching right now across all of our platforms. Please like, subscribe, hit the alert bell. I don't know what the schedule is going to be this week because we are in the event horizon of Black Friday.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of craft and handiwork to do to make some things.
Love the movie, by the way.
Oh, Event Horizon. It's an awful movie, but hey, everybody has their thing. So yeah, I will probably be spending a lot of time doing a lot of stuff like that. So I will be on. The schedule up until the holidays is going to be kind of just shaky, but we still got our marathon that we'll be doing, just like we did last year. We did Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. We will have a marathon each of those days, and we'll be raising money for the cause. So keep an eye out for those. Those you can bank on, but everything else is going to be as I can do it. And if there's anything to talk about for what too. So
Yeah.
Okay,
Christmas
guys.
shopping reminds me of Thanksgiving.
Sadly, this is 100% true. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Dingus.
Me too.